Hey everyone, welcome to our first day of I'm a Big Deal. My name is April Vargo, and I'm going to be working with you for the next 4 weeks. I am super excited to be talking about today's topic, which is really focusing on how to meet new people, how to introduce yourself, how to put yourself out in a positive light. A lot of the skills we're going to talk about today are skills that you can use your entire life long. And I'd like to point out that adults, we have to do this on almost a daily basis, all the time. So the earlier you can start using these skills, the earlier you can start getting comfortable with this material, the easier it's going to be. And you're going to find success in your personal life, in your education, and in eventually your career. So let's get started. What I'm actually going to be using for our first class is a PowerPoint. I'll be going through various topics, and as I go through these topics, you'll be able to follow along. You do not have to take notes, as I'm going to provide this PowerPoint to you. If you'd like to take notes, that's totally okay, but it is going to be attached as well, so you'll have all of this information with you. So let me just share my screen so you can see exactly what it is I am looking at. And here we go. So first of all, we're going to start off with introductions. As you saw, when I started this class today, I began by introducing my name, who I am, and what I am here to do and talk to you about today. Now, introductions are super, super important because obviously it's someone's first impression of you, how they're going to perceive you, who you are, how they could engage with you. Now, depending on who you are talking to, what age, what's the social situation or professional situation, a simple hi suffices. Hi, how are you? What's going on? How you doing? If it's more informal, those are totally okay to say. If you're talking to an adult or you're going in for a professional, let's say interview or college audition or college interview, you want to make sure you shake hands. So if you're discussing or talking to an adult, adults tend to shake hands. Adults tend to engage that way. It's a sign of professionalism. It's also a sign of respect. If you're talking to peers, obviously going up and shaking their hands might seem a little strange, might seem a little weird. So you need to understand what the situation is, who you're talking to, and what fits the best. It's also super important to understand that most people are nervous meeting new people. Most people are a little uncomfortable. So by simply saying hi, you're already breaking down the barrier. You're allowing someone else to feel comfortable and to feel like, I can engage with you. This is pretty impressive. This is pretty exciting. And they feel good. So again, simple hi, how you doing, what's up? Or if it's a more formal situation, a handshake. After you do that, instantly follow with your name and ask them for theirs. So now not only have I broken down a barrier, but now I'm actually trying to get familiar. I'm trying to talk to somebody. I'm trying to say, I'm interested in getting to know who you are. And by the way, this is who I am. So now I'm making it more comfortable. Ask questions to get to know somebody. Figure out what they're interested in, what their hobbies are, what they like to do in their free time, what they do professionally. And it is super important to note, as you are asking these questions, you need to be actively listening. Now, actively listening does not mean I pull out my phone, I start looking at my phone as you're talking to me. That is incredibly rude and will actually shut down the conversation automatically. People will actually say, you know what, I'm done, and they'll walk away from you. So make sure that if I am going to talk and engage, I can fully connect to you, and I'm not going to be distracted by something else going on, like a device or a separate conversation where my attention is now going to be deviated. And as you're talking to them, try to talk about things you know and understand. So if they say something and you have experience in it, add to that. Don't be sitting there afraid to, oh, I know all about this, but I don't want to come off as arrogant or whatever. You're not going to come off as arrogant. You're actually going to come off as interesting. And again, boom, I've got another connection. So someone's going to look at me and say, this is kind of exciting. They have the same interest. They know something about whatever I know about, whatever I'm passionate or excited about. So it just helps to further engage and prolong the conversation. If they're interested or if they're talking about something you're not familiar with, ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask, hey, what do you mean by that? Or, oh, how was that done? Because now it gives them an opportunity to talk more about what their interests are, and it gives you an opportunity to learn and expand your knowledge. So when you go to talk to somebody else, funny you should say this, I was just talking to so-and-so over here, and I learned about this. So now you have more knowledge that you can bring to someone else. So don't ever assume that you know everything, and don't ever be afraid to ask more questions and gain more knowledge with people. These are excellent ways to start a conversation, start a dialogue, and hopefully let it grow and progress. Our next step